At shooting, Wesley Matthews. At small forward, Harrison Barnes. At the other forward position, Dirk Nowitzki. At the other guard position, Ryan Johnson. At center, DeAndre Alexander. The head coach is Mr. Carl.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. The New Orleans Pelicans preparing to defend home court in this Western Conference battle. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Nowitzki. Johnson is out there with Matthews. And there's the bulldozer, and it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And in the great free agency shuffle in this past offseason, GA, a lot of teams saw a large amount of changes, Dallas being no exception. The Mavs now have 40% of the starting roster of the Warriors, who won great 73 games a season ago.
Crazy. I mean, Dallas has always been in the business of reloading instead of rebuilding. And probably the best way to reload is to get players from one of the best teams in our league, as they did with Barnes and Bogut. Dallas missed on some other free agent targets, but they did well for themselves this past offseason.
New Orleans on D. Johnson kicks to Barnes. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. The dish to Cousins. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Cousins has got 5 now.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Johnson kicks to Matthews. No one near him. A rebound by Hield.
This team is counting on him to knock down looks like that. It has to mess with your confidence a little bit.
Right side Davis. New Orleans moving it around. He was all alone on that one. That's now 8 points here for Cousins.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Good chance you're getting to phase 2 of your defense here as you make adjustments to try and cool him down.
Nowitzki. Pelicans with the rebound.
Outstanding D there. They really got up in his shirt and made him uncomfortable.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
You tend to forget that AD started out as a point guard when he was in high school, showing off his speed and ability in the open court on that break.
Hits it from 3-point range.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. And it's Davis missing.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
Johnson, the pass to Alexander. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass, puts him in great position to score.
Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Pass to Matthews. Takes the 13-footer off the left rim and out.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Hield can't hit. Mavericks trailed by 5. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Rick Carlisle.
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. We're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
No good from Cousins.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Alexander. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. It's a tie ball game.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Evans. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, the defense was all over Holiday there, but shooting window was open. Still a lot of potential with Drew Holiday, I feel. He can pass and he can shoot and he can beat you off the dribble. Just got a nice change of pace to his game. A herky-jerky style guard, but playing alongside Anthony Davis, lots of room for him to operate.
Hield can't hit.
Really no excuse for him missing that one, guys. He has to knock that shot down.
Back to Barnes. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. And Matthews gets it to go.
He's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
And the one thing you like about Holiday, the versatility with his size and shooting. He can play on or off the ball well.
Well, he's got a lot of attributes for a combo guard in this league because he can play both positions on either end of the floor and defend them as well. But you like the ball in his hands. He's a gifted operator, and I really like, Kevin, the fact that when the ball is in Drew Holiday's hands, he has an opportunity to connect with Anthony Davis.
Mavericks trail by 3. Johnson dishes to Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews goes in. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Evans. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. To the inside. Fades and shoots. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. Johnson with it. He feeds it to Nowitzki. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Pass to Hield. Davis with a screen on Matthews. Nice job coming off that screen.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Now here's Johnson. They get a hand on it. And there's the pass to Alexander. They grab their own miss.
And Dirk Nowitzki, wow, just continues to climb that all-time scoring list. Now he's in the top 10, and I think he could get to the top 5 before it's all said and done. And a lot of times we view greatness based on that window where they're at their very best, but you also can view it when you look at guys who can sustain a level of excellence for a long period of time. And that's what I think really separates Dirk Nowitzki from so many others.
Morris checked in for Heel. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Smooth stroke at the line. He shows that time and time again.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Davis sets a screen. The 11-footer lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Pelicans lead by 2. And Nowitzki alongside Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, and Kobe Bryant is the only players to score 27,000 points or more with one franchise.
Kevin, you think of the Mavericks, you think of Nowitzki. I mean, the greatest Maverick player ever. He's up there with Hakeem Olajuwon as the 2 greatest international players in league history.
Barnes up again. Great positioning on the putback. Johnson's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Kicks it to Davis. New Orleans moving the ball around. Back to Moore. From 15 feet away. No good on that one. Good D by Matthews. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Johnson against Evans. Johnson kicks to Alexander. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Well, good hand-eye coordination, but he could only get the deflection very close.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Pondexter's checked in. Barnes against Moore. Shot clock at 5. Releases. And that one's good, Barnes.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Yeah, fans are getting their money's worth already. If you like high-scoring affairs, you're in the right place.
Johnson, the pass to Barnes. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Cuts off the pass. Here's Moore. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
He wanted to shoot that ball, but you see your teammate wide open. Be a good teammate. Make the delivery.
Holiday against Johnson. Here's Alexander. Hands it from downtown. Alexander's got 7 points in the game.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Pass to Cousins. He kicks to Holiday. It's stolen by Johnson. Outside Holiday. Back to Cousins. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Jones is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Bogut comes in for Alexander. And it's Justin Anderson in for Barnes. And the Pelicans have targeted what they call young veterans, guys who know the league but are still going into their prime.
Yeah, you think about names like Drew Holiday, Tyreek Evans, maybe even Omir Ashik. Of course, those players have commanded some big contracts to this point, and you like to see them healthy enough for the coaching staff to determine whether or not this group of players is going to work together and what their ceiling might be.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. And here is Johnson. Screen by Bogut. Nowitzki outside, and that's not going to go. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Pelicans lead by 1. I'm New Orleans, back in a moment. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Man, you get into that kind of zone, that's the feeling where you're invincible and it gets fun.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Hill is out there with Jones, and it's Ashik in at the 5 spot. The Pelicans have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
Terrence Jones. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And defense, not always something that gets a ton of attention, Brent, but it's the other half of the coin. It makes a difference when you think of perimeter defense. Who comes to mind as best guys at that position?
Well, Kawhi Leonard is causing all kinds of havoc for multiple players in our league right now from the wing. And you combine his athleticism, his length, his timing, and then the stability, Kevin, of really the defensive structure around him. That really pronounces him as one of the game's premier defenders.
The versatility, him, Green, these guys can guard a lot of different positions.
Yeah, again, there's ways that great coaches in our league teach professional teams that you can also have schemes defensively and just as many plays defensively to be effective on that end of the floor. But that part is about effort.
And with Dirk Nowitzki setting screens in the pick and pop and Coach Rick Carlisle's schemes, the Mavericks always have the foundation for a terrific offense.
And the Mavericks with great ball movement and player movement, and they limit the turnovers.
Yeah, a disciplined group. They have a clear concept of what they're trying to do, and one of the top teams in the league in terms of catch and shoot attempts. They keep it moving side to side, and the players off the ball stay in constant motion.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Quincy Aces checked in for Justin Anderson, and it's Johnson in for J.J. Barea. And so Jones nails both of them.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
To the paint, it's stolen by Jones. Powell with the steal. Here's Matthews. Here's Johnson, and the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got his second bucket.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And it's a result of the defense not doing its job in the low post, boxing out and preventing second chance points.
Jones dishes to Ashik. And as far as Ashik's value offensively, mostly working without the ball in his hands. Ran a great offensive rebounder. And he's a prolific and terrific screen setter.
Well, really, he's a very limited 5-man, as you mentioned. A good screen setter, but not great hands on the inside unless he's controlling offensive rebounders. No question that he's out there for both defense and rebounding.
He throw good, Ashik.
Yeah, and to think that Omer Asik at one point was a top 5 defensive center in the NBA, but he's fallen off a little bit. I think a lot of the reason why is because the game is just changing. It might not sound like much, but with his offensive game far from being a strong suit, it's really hurting his value around the league.
And so Asik nails both of them.
And the free throw game is something Asik can definitely work on. He's very hit and miss from there.
Outside Matthews. He dishes it to AC. And there's the feed to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Powell. The shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. And you look at the numbers for Asik last season, rebounding as well as scoring Brent as well as he had. And his rate of turnovers, as your analytics tell you, going up.
Yeah, not great on the rim protection numbers last year. He showed some signs that he could be dominant down there. But that's fallen by the wayside. Less minutes and less activity for Asik. We'll see if he recovers this year.
Now here's Davis. Shoots from the right block. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And you can see the lower body strength from AD right there, able to take contact, get fouled, and still get the shot to go.
And you look at Anthony Davis's offensive game, a very capable ball handler. But you know what, Brent? He scores best playing off the ball sometimes, catching and making plays inside.
Well, I love his decision-making right there in that instance because he rarely takes bad shots. Maybe one of the most underrated parts of his game is that he just doesn't turn the ball over very much. And for a high usage rate guy, that's impressive stuff. I mean, it's hard not to notice how many ways Anthony Davis can affect a game. Offense, defense. I mean, it's a very short list of deficiencies in his game. Rim protection, rebounding, mobility, spacing, now adding the three-point shot. A transcendent player.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Hield kicks to Holiday. Feeds to Davis. Now here's Hield. Off the pick. The rebound by Johnson. And Davis more of a face-up offensive weapon than an old-school back-to-the-basket big man.
Well, this is where the league is going, Kevin, but I still think Anthony Davis is going to be most effective when he gets the ball on the left block, one dribble away, where teams are unable to defend him with a single guy. They bring the double team, and he's quick to the basket. So much more potential to tap into.
Here's Barnes. 6 points for him. To the middle. Kicks it out to Johnson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And look, the Pelicans are a solid offensive team. That's not where the problems have been. The best teams in the league as far as taking care of the basketball. Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Anthony Davis. Pass to Alexander. It's stolen by Davis. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, you know his defensive instincts just keep getting better and better. Swiped that ball and took it mostly uncontested all the way down the floor.
Barnes outside. Inside, Alexander. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And the Pelicans above average in their three-point percentage. They'd like to get even better there.
But when you have a star that's going to command a massive amount of attention from Anthony Davis, you need to space the floor with shooters and make sure that those guys are consistent in their spot-up game. I think that's how they take the next step, is at that end of the floor.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, when you think about international players, English is usually their second language. Now, Andrew Bogut is from Australia, but that hasn't prevented him from having communication issues in the past. He said, "I get a lot of crap for my accent." That sense of humor and laid-back demeanor belies his intensity. He said of his country's reputation, they know on the court we'll fight till the end.
No doubt about that. Thanks, Dave.
When he is in attack mode like he was right there, you are in big trouble. The D has to cut off that angle to the basket if they're going to slow him down.
Johnson can't get it to go.
And so far, he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
Healed with the bucket.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
Yeah, great ball movement and patience. They're working hard for those good looks.
Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
He's checked in for New Orleans. And so here is Dallas. It's a 10-point game. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. The topics that always seems to come up when players retire is what's next. Brent, you were a 14-year veteran in the league. How big of a change has it been from retirement to when you played the transition period in between and adapting to it?
Well, I thought about life after basketball for quite some time, and you know, Kevin, from knowing me, that broadcasting was something I was very interested in. So I had the opportunity to talk with a few people after I retired, and I felt like the timing was appropriate and seamless to be able to continue talking about players that I had played with, played against, coaches that I played with, coaches that I played against, and continue to pass along at least some of the knowledge and maybe some of the perspective that I've had throughout the course of 14 long, celebrated years in the game.
Fun years. Any thoughts to coaching?
Yeah, some thoughts to coaching. Eventually, when my boys get a little bit older, I'll coach somebody else's kids. Right now, I'll coach my own.
You'd be terrific. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And the Mavericks last season acquiring Wes Matthews, they thought they'd make a huge free agent coup in acquiring center DeAndre Jordan, but he ended up backing out of his verbal agreement and then staying with the LA Clippers.
Yeah, a real gut punch moment for a franchise that had been trying for years to acquire a star center to pair with Dirk Nowitzki. But they recovered nicely with the signing of Zaza Pachulia, who had a huge season for them.
Good on the bucket. 9 points for Johnson.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Yep, he's going to kill you coming off of those down screens. As a defender, you have to fight over the top.
Now, here's Cousins. He's got 17. A baseline J. That's tipped. The three from Barnes. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, sometimes when you're that wide open, you start to overthink it, and it looks like that's what he did there.
That doesn't go either for Davis. Mavericks trailed by 8. Takes the three. Barnes with another miss. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. That doesn't go either for Cousins.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Evans passes to Davis. There's a screen. Davis with a screen on Barnes. And it's Evans missing. The Mavericks shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Dishes at Nowitzki. Stolen by Holiday. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it three.
And that's what happens when you play the kind of defense that Drew Holiday gave you on that possession. He let his defense generate his offense.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And Brent, you look at Drew Holiday, 6'4" and strong. He's got excellent size for the point guard position.
Yeah, he's got those happy feet too, Kevin, and a good defender with quick hands. He can smother you on the defensive end.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 9. Nowitzki outside. Matthews, no one around him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. And it's 13 points for Wesley Matthews. Holiday dishes to Davis. Fires for 3. Nice D from Nowitzki. Mavericks trail by 8. And Matthews kicks to Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Mavericks have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And the first one drops.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Bogut's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, the Pelicans last season looked to pick up the pace of their offense and unleash the athleticism of AD Anthony Davis. Before that, they'd been one of the more methodical teams in the NBA.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Anthony Davis. Johnson kicks to Barnes. Little turnaround. Goes back up. And the rejection by Cousins. And they're able to recover. That's it. And the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Johnson.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Heald's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Alexander's checked in. For Dallas, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. And that one falls for Johnson. Brent, you look at the pace for the Pelicans last season, above average.
Well, their pace would have been good for top 5 back in 14-15, Kevin, but the league as a whole is becoming much more up-tempo. If it wins games and it wins fans, a lot of teams are willing to try it, but it's up to general managers to find the personnel to carry it out.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Measuring, he's checked in for Dallas. The Pelicans have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And so many teams now playing drive and kick offense. Dribble penetration is at a premium. And some players use raw speed. Others just have that feel. What makes, in your opinion, a great slasher?
I think a slasher who really is good at catching the defense off stride, Kevin, is one that just has tremendous timing. A guy that understands his teammate and when it is that his teammate is going to recognize where it is on the floor that he's going to be and when it is that he needs the ball in order to be an effective scorer.
Sometimes without any words, no communication, just a look or just a feel.
Just a quick glance and, they'll do that 2-point dance and all of a sudden that possession's over.
Bang. And here's Holiday following the 3 from Wesley Matthews. Evans outside. The dish to Hield from past the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. Hield's got 9.
Well, a good first quarter, good second. This could be a big night.
Barnes screen on Holiday. Johnson, the pass to Barnes. Off target from 3-point range.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him and it has to be weighing on him.
And taken away by Johnson. Barnes against Evans. Barnes dishes to Matthews. This is his first free throw of the game.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Evan Harris is checked in for Salah measure. Good on the second free throw. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Holiday. Here's Hield. And it falls over the rim and in. 11 points in the game.
And the spacing right there for Buddy Hield allows him to get that shot off. You just can't give him that kind of space or he's going to hurt you.
Here's Johnson. There's the pick. That'll do it for the first half. Pelicans ahead, leading by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here, a competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter. And as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere. Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
And over to Kenny. Let's get your insights on Dallas.
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire hose because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
And that'll do it as the second half is just about ready to begin. Back to Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game. Hey, watch yourself.
Celebrate. We're the best.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Nowitzki is out there with Alexander. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Johnson in at the 1 spot. Here's Alexander. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Holiday's got the first bucket of the third here for New Orleans. Now Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pelicans leading by 10. And it's Evans in the corner to the paint. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Here's Davis. Again, the Pelicans score.
You can't slow AD down when he's hitting that shot.
Maverick shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Johnson kicks to Alexander. Nowitzki inside. Cousins is there, and it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
Well, it took 4. They finally got one to go. Still, they need to connect on more opportunities to get this quarter going.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins from outside the arc. He's off on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Alexander passes to Johnson. Unloads from 13. Pelicans pull it in. Cousins has got his 5th rebound in this one. By Hield, nobody around. No good on the triple. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, you never get used to seeing a player have to come out with injury.
And you have to feel for the guy right here. You can see that look of frustration on his face.
Mavericks making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Mavericks trail by 10. And after a playoff appearance in 2015, a lot of optimism for the Pelicans coming into last season. Brent, it didn't play out that way, though, because of all the injuries.
Yeah, those injuries were just nasty for the Pelicans, but they've got Anthony Davis, a system that mirrors the way the league is going, a flexible 5 where they want to get up and down the floor. What they need is just some good luck in terms of the health of their basketball team.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Over in the corner, Matthews. On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Evans. Count that one. 10 points for Barnes.
Well, he approaches the rim strong there and then flips up the teardrop.
Passes it to Evans. Back to Holiday from the baseline. Here's Cousins. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Barnes. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Alexander. And that one comes up a bit short.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Now, that happens sometimes. The ball just does not go down. But I'll tell you what, he'll take that shot every time.
Here is Barea following the score by New Orleans. Barnes outside. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Cousins. But they'll get another chance. Here's Nowitzki. The feed to Barnes. Alexander. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Alexander's got 16.
That's a nice tip in. You can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
Here's the screen. Hield dishes to Davis. Shoots off the screen, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Matthews. Hield on the double team. Shoots it. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Alexander. New Orleans gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the first. Here's Davis, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. Here's Holiday off the inbound pass and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. And Wes Matthews last summer coming off surgery to repair a torn Achilles tendon. Greg, were you surprised to see the Mavericks laid out 4 years and $70 million under those circumstances?
A bit of a gamble, but with the technology of recovery today, they had to feel pretty confident. And one of the toughest, most dedicated players we have in our league, they said if anyone could come back from this, it would be him. And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they performed at the line.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. Mavericks trail by 10. Nowitzki outside. He feeds it to Matthews. Evans against Barnes. The pass to Alexander. And Davis sends it back. They get it back. Alexander, no luck.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
Got right up in his jersey. I thought they actually traded for him. Didn't allow separation. Just a terrific effort.
Dallas calls timeout. Mavericks trail by 12. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Dallas. Right now, he's saying it might be a severely sprained ankle, which is something every player hates to hear. He's not going to return to this game, and unfortunately, it looks like he could be out for a while, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
Yeah, and this makes it particularly rough for this team. Other teammates now are going to have to step up, and it seems like it's going to be an extended period of time, so not easy to do.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And Holiday kicks to Hield. There's the three. They get the rebound.
That play was all about AD and his hustle. Just a great job snagging that board and dropping it in.
Outside Matthews. Back to Barea. Kicks it to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Barnes has got 4 this quarter. Pelicans leading by 10. Holiday with it. 11 points in the game. Evans kicks to Davis, and Holiday has it in the corner. It's stolen by Barea. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Barea with the ball. Alexander gets the bucket.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
The Pelicans have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work.
Alvin, one of the best in the league at drawing up plays to free up a shooter. He's been doing that his whole career.
Mavericks trailed by 7. Pass to Barnes. Barea kicks to Barnes. Outside Matthews. Clock at 6. Nowitzki a screen. Tries it from 19. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Brent Gentry usually leads the league or is right at the top of it in terms of points out of timeouts for coaches.
Well, it may sound like a silly stat, Kevin, but you think about it. When it is that coaches call these timeouts, usually they're either losing momentum or the other team is, and to come back with a play that gets you an efficient, good look at the basket for a score, that's impressive stuff.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And here's Barea. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Nowitzki outside. To the inside. A second chance effort. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Barnes.
Sometimes it's worth it to find the sliver. Excellent pass there.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Here's Cousins. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Cousins taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Cousins drops them both.
And what a huge advantage when your bigs can be on the floor to get fouled and shoot free throws.
Evans against Barnes. And Matthews kicks to Barea. Doesn't go that time. And New Orleans will come the other way. In the corner, it's Hield. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Hield's got the lead up to 12 now for New Orleans.
Hield is so dangerous wherever he is on the floor. As long as the ball is in his hands, you have to think that he's a threat.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 14. From 11 feet away, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Pelicans leading by 12. Davis, the pass to Holiday. Back to Davis. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Davis has got 10 points now just in this quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Alexander, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Holiday dishes to Cousins. Now here's Hield. 16 points for him. And they double up Davis. Outside Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Really like the form from Drew Holiday there. He always looks to take those if the D is going to back up off him.
Down low, here's Alexander, and that one is hammered home.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Here's Holiday. He's got 14. To the middle, here's Cousins. It counts, and the foul. Alexander, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Mavericks making a switch here. And that one falls for Cousins. Barea. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline.
Good defense from Holiday. I like when he uses his speed on that end of the floor, making the release uncomfortable.
Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game, all right? Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Preaching efficiency, preaching defense. Rick Carlisle right there wants to see no mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, protect the basketball. Try not to force anything and just take what the defense gives you.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Evans and Davis, the forward tandem. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here is Barea following the basket by Buddy Hield. Right side Matthews. Again, the Mavericks score. Pelicans leading by 16. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Now Hield. He dishes it to Davis. It's Evans on the wing. They get the rebound. Tries yet again. Hield can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Over in the corner, Matthews. And Cousins comes over to help. Clock at 6. Barea with a wide open look. Another miss by Barea. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Cousins, a three-pointer is right on target. Cousins has got 14 points now in the second half.
Hey, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Back to Matthews. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, he really T-Rexed that one, guys, short-arming it. He should have taken more time to make sure he was comfortable shooting.
Cousins, no good.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Yeah, awesome job right there of closing out on the shooter to contest. They have made him adjust that just a bit.
Now here's Barnes. He kicks to Bogut. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Free throw, good, Bogut. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Pelicans leading by 18. Holiday with the 3. That one misses.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Barea, no good.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And this is one of those slumps that you'll just probably want to shoot your way out of.
And the shot goes in.
How's that for a quick possession?
He did not hesitate one bit. Great explosion.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins to the left side wing. Hield with it. The feed to Davis. Nowitzki with the steal. And it's Davis missing.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, buries it from three-point range. 17 points for Harrison Barnes.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
And Cousins kicks to Holiday. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 16 points for Drew Holiday.
Well, when your guards are willing to go in there to the hoop like Drew Holiday, it's a huge confidence boost for the rest of the team.
Correa, the pass to Barnes. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. Barnes with another miss. Pelicans leading by 15. Cousins, no one around him, drains the three-pointer. Cousins has got 6 here in this quarter.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Well, they've been on a roll ever since the break. Doesn't seem to matter whether the shots are open or there's a hand in the face.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
One shot.
And that one misses. The Pelicans have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Davis. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Right now, AD is shooting an efficient percentage from the field and is scoring extremely well.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And that one falls for Davis. Mavericks trailed by 19. Barea kicks to Barnes. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Back to Barnes. Dallas moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Yep, that one goes in there. Barnes has got 11 in the second half.
Consistent as always, scoring the basketball. He needs some help if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Heel dishes to Davis. Feeds it to Heel. Off target with his 3. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Yeah, I don't know if he just lost sight of the lines on the floor, but he seemed perfectly oblivious to where he was on the court, guys.
Pelicans leading by 17. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Now here's Hield. He's covered by Matthews. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And Matthews with the basket on the assist by Barnes. 21 points for Wesley Matthews. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Davis with a screen on Barnes. Evans passes to Davis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Davis has got 29 in the game.
Well, that's a nice screen and roll play. Evans showing his mobility and scoring ability that time to cap off the play.
Nowitzki left side. Outside for Barea. Back to Nowitzki. It's stolen by Hield. Matthews dishes to Powell. Pass to Matthews. And here's Barea outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barea's got 5 points now this quarter. New Orleans gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. And here is Hield. Davis sets a screen. Holiday with the 3. Connects from 3-point range. 19 points in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
From the high post, again, the Mavericks score.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Now here is Holiday. Hield. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you love the story of Buddy Hield. Grew up in a very rough neighborhood off 8 Mile Rock in the Bahamas, the 5th of 7 children, a very humble upbringing. He made his own basketball hoops out of plywood and plastic crates when he was a kid.
He's off on the first. And the story for Buddy Hield, one of hard work and overcoming adversity. He seems, Brent, like a great fit for New Orleans.
You know, for them to go out and get a ready-made shooter and scorer on the wing who also has a bit of flair to himself and certainly some positivity, Hield checks a lot of boxes.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Dallas. That's off as well, so he misses both.
And Hield is a player who you love to see take trips to the free throw line, as consistent as he is there.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, just scanning the box score and looking at the rebound total tonight, I don't believe it. Shows the absolute passion he has for that part of the game.
Barea kicks to Barnes. It's Matthews on the wing. And Cousins comes over to help. Here's Bogut. Count the basket.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
Free throw no good for Bogut. Pelicans leading by 15. To the paint, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
That free throw good from Cousins.
Timeout.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Start it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans games team.
Mavericks trail by 18. Nowitzki outside. Dishes it to Bogut. Now here's Matthews. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And the basket by Nowitzki.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
New Orleans leading by 15. Hield kicks to Holiday. Here's Hield. And another three for New Orleans.
That's got to feel good for the young player. Buddy Hield showing a full arsenal tonight offensively.
Barea kicks to Matthews. The dish to Nowitzki. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Back to Holiday. Lets it go from 11. It's hauled in by Nowitzki.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Now Barea. Barnes left side. Passes it to Nowitzki. Three-pointer. Another three for Dallas.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New Orleans.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball and And I think in doing so, created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Cousins.
He did anything and everything it takes to get the job done on the offensive end tonight. There was just no tool in the shed that he did not use against his opponent. And look at that explosion of points. He was awesome.
Now, here's Cousins. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot.
Well, you combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
That one goes. Count it. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Evans outside. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Makes it off the glass.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
Yeah, and good to see that these guys are excited, gave their all, and then some. This is the result of all that hard work.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tariq, what was the focus tonight going into the game?
Just playing hard. We had a meeting today as a team, and we just wanted to come in here and play hard. This energy, that's where it starts from. And we did a great job that tonight.
Team meetings usually a sign of trouble, but it led to a win in your case tonight. Congrats, Tariq. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the present clutch. He lit up the scoreboard in the first quarter. Defenders tried to make adjustments, but were woefully unsuccessful. Clearly, his outburst set the tone for the rest of the evening. What are your thoughts, Shaq, on his game tonight?
What a huge lift he got from the crowd tonight. There's nothing those fans love more than seeing this guy get hot. And he was so hot, I got to get up right now, Ernie. My seat is hot.
You talk about a dominant shooting performance. He had defenders draped all over him. And he never looked flustered, and he never looked confused, and his confidence was never shaken.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.